The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Reaper Apparel Company. Reaper Apparel offers a casual line of superb fit, finish, and comfort. We design for those who refuse to die slowly and choose to live untamed. For those who aren't afraid to face the dark, for the ones that thrive in it, and for those who can appreciate life through a grim lens. That's Reaper Apparel Company. Go to the link in the description of this episode, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Tactical Brotherhood, all American-made apparel, which helps support the Second Amendment. You can also find all this in the description of this episode with the link Tactical Brotherhood. Part of every proceed does go to helping veterans. It is a very good cause. All American-made products made right here in Minnesota. Go and check them out. Use the promo code PATRIOT15 to get 15% off your purchase. The Ride Home Rants podcast wants to thank you for listening and let everybody know that we do offer monthly subscriptions to help support the show in other ways other than listening and downloading each episode. What you will get with each subscription is you will get bonus episodes that aren't released to everybody. You will also have a chance to ask me anything each and every month where I will put out a special episode just to answer your questions. You will also get more exclusive content that is not released to everybody. To subscribe to the show, go and click on the link in the description of this episode, and I look forward to your added support and to help us keep this show going. The Ride Home Rants podcast is also brought to you by Buddy's Beard Care. Buddy's Beard Care provides premium men's grooming products at an affordable price. Products are made in Ohio, and Buddy's Beard Care supports local. The majority of our supplies are from other Ohio-based companies. You can find them on social media at Buddy's Beard Care or online at buddysbeardcare.com. Use the promo code BONO15 and he will save you 15%. I've been using these products for a little over 6 months now, and my beard has never felt healthier. It has never grown faster, and according to my wife, it has never felt softer. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by former guest of the show in Matt Landowski in Sweet Hands Sports. Elevate their game with Sweet Hands Sports. Our sports gloves are designed for champions, providing ultimate grip and durability. Achieve greatness with every match. Choose Sweet Hands Sports for the winning edge. Grip your victory at sweethandsports.com. Use the promo code BONO10 and he will save you 10%. He has sent me a complimentary pair of golf gloves. They are so comfortable, durable, and breathable. You won't find a better pair of gloves out there. Again, sweethandsports.com, promo code BONO10. Lastly, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Deemed Fit, a clothing company from first responders for first responders. These products are so comfortable. They look great. They have great messages on them. They are provided to support first responders, especially those who worked through COVID. All of the proceeds are going to helping veterans and first responders with their mental and physical health. This is a great cause. I support anything that has to do with our first responders and our veterans. Again, deemedfit.co, promo code Mike Bono will save you 20%. Now, let's start the show. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. This is, as always, your host, Mike Bono. I got a great guest for us today, but first and foremost, we did just land a new sponsor for the show that I have not had time to pre-record, so we're going to get them shouted out real quick, and that is Web Western. I am wearing one of the hats here today. Web Western is apparel made for somebody who is not afraid of hard work. Those who like to go out hunting, fishing, and working the land. It is built for you. I am wearing the Arrow hat today, which reminds everyone to be a straight shooter and don't be afraid of hard work. Go to webwestern.com, use the promo code Mike Bono, and save yourself 10% off of your purchase. Once again, Web Western, for those who are not afraid of hard work and no BS with this company either as well. I'm a huge supporter of this. Again, webwestern.com, promo code Mike Bono. That being said, my guest today, he is a coach, and he is coming to us, I believe, up near the Cleveland area, and that is AJ Saunders joins the show. AJ, thank you for joining, brother.
Hey man, I'm happy to join you. I'm actually not in the Cleveland.
You're
I'm in
not.
the Pittsburgh area.
Even better, the Pittsburgh
It's all
area. I
good.
grew up around the Pittsburgh area, so that's absolutely
Yeah,
great for that for sure.
yeah, man. It's all
Well,
good.
nope.
Yeah, I'm at wrestling practice right now. My son wrestles for Valley Youth Wrestling out here in New Kensington, not too far up 28 from Pittsburgh. But
Yeah.
yeah, I help coach youth. You know what I mean. I also help coach Plum High School football. So
Okay.
always busy, man. Sports, man.
I hear that. You're preaching to the choir as someone who works a day job, trying to make it as a stand-up comedian and running a podcast too as well. So I definitely understand being a busy schedule for sure.
Yeah,
All right. So you
it's
you
crazy,
mentioned that
right? You're busy.
oh,
You're
dude,
busy all the time.
all the time. There's no days off for me. I'm either on the road with comedy gigs, recording a show here, working my day job, and I'm a husband and a father too as well too. So no rest for the wicked. I wouldn't have it any other way though.
Yes,
You
sir.
meant you
Yes,
mentioned it
sir.
there a little bit. I believe you just finished up your football season. Where do you coach again, and how was the season?
Yeah, so I coach at Plum High School. It's in Pittsburgh, Plum,
Yeah,
PA. Not too far from where I live. Yeah, man, we had a late push in the season. Played against Penn Hills, man. If you want to Google Mustang victory, it was a crazy, crazy game. One of the things that happened, and you'll probably if you Google it, you'll see that one of our kickers, he had a blocked field goal and he picked it up, and they tush pushed him all the way to the end zone.
nice.
So it was on the news. It was on the news, man. It was on USA Today for high school sports. It was a sight to see, man. Be a part of that, but we finished the season with 5-5. We went to the playoffs. Lost to Upper St. Clair. A lot of people in the Pittsburgh area know
Yeah,
who they are. They're pretty good, man. I felt like the game plan, man. We had a great game plan to go in and win, and things didn't go our way, but it is what it is, man. It's football, up and downs, up and
absolutely.
downs, man. Every season, every game, every minute, just got to battle through it.
Yeah, I played high school ball myself, so I definitely understand the grind that a high school football season can be for both the players and the coaches and everything like that. 5-5, not anything to shake a stick at anymore. These boys nowadays, they're built different. I would say, especially down here where
Yeah,
I'm at in Ohio, near the Columbus area, a little town called Philo, Ohio. There's some corn-fed boys down here. My son being one of them. I can't say much. 16-year-old, 6'1", 250 pounds. I mean, he's a tank for sure. But
does he play high school or
he did. He
does he play high
actually
school?
he did. He did. He forewent his junior season this year. Couldn't fault him. Said he just wanted to get into the workforce and start working and earning some money. So as a father, I can't fault him for that and having that work ethic as the 16-year-old. Was bummed not to go and watch him
Yeah,
play on Friday nights. Obviously, as someone who's played football and loves the game of football, loved going out on Friday nights and watching him play. But he's got that
yeah,
work ethic in him like me. Like I said, there's no days off for me, and he's kind of taking after the old man and wanting to get to work. So, um, got to watch my nephew play.
right.
Who they played on the same team. They're literally 6 weeks apart in age. So, still got to go to a couple games
Yeah.
here and there when the schedule allowed. So, but yeah, the grind of a high school season is just insane. I remember even my senior
It's
year.
almost it's almost like can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Okay, it's almost like a mini college. We're in 5A, so like 5A, almost like D1, D2, and higher. It requires a lot of attention to detail, man. You got to pay attention to, you know, because they run the offenses in 5A a little bit more strategic than I would say,
Yeah.
1A, 2A. A lot more talented teams, a lot more bigger teams, right? Then you got a lot more kids getting recruited at that level too. So it's kind of crazy, man. When you gotta, big, huge fights that you gotta climb out of almost every week. And then there's teams that you should beat. Sometimes you lose against those teams that you should beat because,
Yep.
you never know what you're going to get, So like you said, man, coaching, man, it's a grind. Haven't did it at the college level. I've definitely been asked, but high school's where I'm at right now. I'm a D coordinator at Plum, by the way. I
Okay.
didn't get to mention that, but it's been fun the past 2 years doing it. So,
Absolutely. I've
yeah.
always said, wasn't a standout receiver when I played. I've always said I'd make a better coach than I would or did as a player. But I just a steward of the game. I love the game of football.
Yeah.
Always have. But besides coaching, I know you mentioned that you're helping out coaching with wrestling there and the youth and everything like that. Do you have anything else for like a day job that you do? And if so, how long have you been doing that?
Yeah, man. So I went to school to be IT,
Okay.
computer technology. So I got my degree in that after I was done playing arena football. I said, you know what, might as well use my degree, man. Use that paper, use that knowledge somewhere. So I got a job in IT in different places. I'm currently working at a hospital. Company's called Highmark, AHN. You probably heard of them.
Yeah, yeah.
They're it's Blue Cross Blue Shield is the insurance. You probably heard of all that stuff. But over in Western PA, there's about maybe 6 to 7, maybe 8 hospitals. And what I do is I kind of help out the doctors with their phones and stuff like that. Just a bunch of IT stuff in the hospital, man. We're counted on to fix a lot of things and be the cohesiveness of in the middle and client engagement with the patients and all that stuff, making sure everything's good. So that's what I do during the day, man. I've been doing IT for the past 8 years maybe
I got you.
while I was coaching. You know what I mean? So it's kind of something that it's definitely the moneymaker. IT
Right.
is pretty decent if you like the AI stuff and the video production, all that stuff's IT. All that's IT entities. So you know that's 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 up my alley. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I like doing it. It's not bad. Plus, on top of that, man, there's a satisfaction to it where you're helping patients, right?
Right.
Doctors need computers, right? They need that stuff to help fix and look at different things on patients, and then we're there to glue in the middle, make sure it's working, and then making sure the doctors are happy. You know what I mean? So
That's
that's what I do.
that's awesome. I've worked, a
Oh,
customer service job, basically right out of college, and there's just the reward of being able to help somebody, and no matter what it is, I consider IT a customer service uh job because you're working on computers, but those computers help people. Like you said, you're working for
yeah.
doctors and that's helping them help patients.
And not only that, man. Sometimes you got to do phones, iPads,
Yeah.
all that stuff, man. They use all different types of stuff just to get their patients back on track, man. And we handle with a lot of stuff like that. And then there's in the hospital, there's a lot of different IT teams that we work with. So it's not just us, man. There's other teams we deal with that help us fix issues. So we're not always the go-to, but we're always the cohesiveness with other teams to glue this thing together. And how do we get it back to normal to make
Right.
sure people are back on track with themselves. And then with the doctors, man, we're right there helping them. And we even give out our numbers sometimes just so they can call us when they're on call. You never know. You
Oh
never
yeah.
know.
My mom was a nurse for 46 years, so I
Man,
definitely understand that. She
I
just
hope I
recently,
make it, man. I hope I make it that long, man. That's crazy, man. World is
it,
nuts.
it blows my mind to to even think about that. My mom started basically in nursing school, and being an aide at 18 years old. And so for her to make it 46 years in one industry, I mean it's a sight to see, and then to be able to retire from it, and now get to enjoy the rest of her life and everything like that. And it's great to see for
Yeah,
sure. So yeah, but
yeah.
you know,
I know she. I know she worked long nights, man.
oh yeah,
Those long nights, those nurses. Yeah,
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 and just the on call. I still remember, Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners, everything like that. And sometimes that that pager, that beeper goes off, and she's making a call, and then she's having to run to the hospital.
yeah.
It's kind of like with what I do. There was really no days off. Um,
Right,
So, I mean,
right.
yeah, I get it with that grind. You got to be ready to go at a moment's notice. That
Yeah.
being said, you are a proud dad and husband. Walk us through your balance of the family life, work, and coaching and everything like that, because it's a very busy schedule. How do you balance all that together?
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it without my wife, man. I've been married for about 11 years. I've been coaching for that long too, so I know. My wife's been there ever since I started coaching. She's actually one of the ones that was like, "Yo, you should go get into coaching after you're done playing." Kind of like on a teeter of it, but the balance of it, man. I just try to find that happy medium of spending that time with my family. Hold on, I just got out of this. Okay, there we go. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So balancing spending time with my kids in the off season. That's what I normally do. I try to put my phone down, man. Once football's done with, I try to ease my brain into something else. Right. My son
Right.
likes to wrestle. He likes to play baseball. I take my mind there. I don't really get involved with baseball much. My daughter did gymnastics. I just sat on the side and cheered her on. Right. So
Yeah.
trying to be an involved dad, man, as much as I can. And then spending time with my wife, man, as much as I can, man. Those little dates matter. Little wins. We call them little wins. Because you got to make her happy.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? You got to make her happy, man, especially at home when she's dealing with the little ones, man. So I try to check in and make sure she's all right. Anything she needs, man, I try to be there because without her, man, it'd be tough to balance family and coaching with nobody at the crib, man. It's tough,
Yeah.
So I balance that, man. I try to divide my time up. And even during the season, I just want to say this with me, and I'm a family first type of guy. But during the season, even though when we watch film, I still make time, and in practice, I still make time for my family too. Like if I
Yeah.
have to take a PTO day, just so I'm with them throughout the day and go to practice, that's what I'll do. My job, I'm fortunate enough where my job allows me to be flexible. Working in IT, sometimes I'm normally at the hospitals, but sometimes I'm done at where I can go home before I go to practice. So they see me, they hear me, they see me before I go. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a special thing. Sometimes there's long days, man. Sometimes there's long days where I'm up at 6, 5 in the morning, and they don't see me till that evening, which is 7 o'clock. When you're coming home from those late meetings with the guys, the fellas up there, the kids that need extra work, or you're watching film of the next opponent. But I usually plan those days out ahead of time. I have a great head coach, Matt Morgan, who sets the schedule. So we're allowed to send that schedule to our families. Hey, I'm going to be late on Wednesday. That's my late day, right? We're there till
Right.
6:37 watching film. Any other day, I'm home at 5:15. And that's a decent amount of time to spend time with my family, right? Because I usually try to see them in the morning before they get on the bus. But
Yeah.
that's just how it
I
is, man. Even in the summertime too, when we do 7-on-7s, man, we don't try to take up too much of our family time in the summer. I always dedicate time for them out that way. So, it's
yeah.
tough. It's definitely tough, but that's how I balance it, man. I pick my days. I schedule it as close as I can, man, to spend time with my family,
Yeah.
and I know Saturday mornings we usually meet with the guys and they lift, but there's certain times where I'm done, man. I go with my family and I put my phone down, man. Let them have my ears and my mind after
Absolutely.
football. Yeah,
See,
man.
that's me. Sundays are typically a day where I don't have anything going on.
Yeah,
That's typically the family day for sure for me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Just busy schedule. Typically, even if I have a show over the weekend, I'm typically home on
Yeah,
Sundays. So we try to make that family day and everything like that. So I definitely understand that because, like I said, I'm always on the go. Um,
yeah, yeah,
there's times when you're traveling as a comedian, and I mean I still remember one time I was driving from at the time living in West Virginia, had a show in Illinois, had to work a day job in the morning, uh, got off, put in a PTO day for the half of the day so I could make the drive there, and then turn
yeah,
around and driving back. And by the time I got back, it was time for me to already head to work.
yeah,
So there's days like that you have, and Sundays when we can actually all just sit down, relax, and just be together. In the summer times, the son and I, we haven't got to do it in a little while, but we try to have just a father Sunday. We'll go out
yeah,
fishing,
yeah,
doing something just together, just to get out of the house with each other. So you got to make those times and those little moments, like you said, little wins. You got to have those. You mentioned
gotta have them, man.
you mentioned making the wife happy. I live by the happy wife, happy life mindset for sure. Um,
Right.
when we get to have a date night, it's always just a special night, even with her work schedule too. So it's tough, especially around the holidays. It's busy season for both of our day jobs too as well. So we
Yeah,
don't get a lot of time, but when we find those little moments, even if it's door dashing something and just
yeah,
getting to
yeah,
be with each other in the house and everything like that's a little win for us. Um,
yeah. Because it all comes down to the respect factor of your job, her job, like even with my wife's job, because she works from home, and I know she deals with the blunt of everything
yeah,
before I get home. But she understands I work in a hospital field where it's constant. Sometimes I come home from football and then I get called in to go back into work at 1 a.m. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then I got a game that week that I'm trying to prepare for, and then I got to work another shift where IT is needed overnight. So she knows, like, sometimes I don't get much rest, but those are the days where you make it work. You find that happy medium,
yeah,
um, and it comes down to respecting each other, man, and knowing that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You know,
yeah.
always something to hold on to.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You got to find that for sure. I do want to
Yeah,
get back to your playing days here. You were a standout college football player at Slippery Rock University, where you played both running back and defensive back. Walk
yeah,
us through your time at SRU as a player, and some of the highlights in that experience.
yeah, man. So I started off at Youngstown, man. That's where I met Johnny. We were staying in the same dorm. Oh man, my car. There we go.
You're good, man.
We were staying in the same dorm. I actually redshirted up at Youngstown, but I transferred. I transferred that spring of '06 to Slippery Rock, and that's whenever they changed me from DB to running back.
Okay.
My head coach at the time was Coach George Mahalik, and he sat me down in a room, and he said, "Hey, man, I know you want to play DB, but we need a running back. As one of our running backs, he was an all-star guy, all conference guy, all PSAC guy. He is injured." And I'm like, "Whoa, I'm not a running back. I didn't even train or run all summer to be a running back. You know what I mean?"
Right.
So I ended up, he talked to me, told me, "Hey, man, this is what I want you to do." I actually did it, man. I said, "You know what? I'll do it for the team." And he said, that's the best thing you could do, man. I'm happy for you doing that. You'll make a great running back. And it was all downhill from there, man. Even my mom was like, oh, you get the ball more and I get to see you run more. She was like so happy for me to be a running back. I'm like, I'd rather play defensive back. Like, I'd rather tackle somebody, hit somebody, because that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, man, that's the story. That's how it came about. And I was a redshirt freshman playing running back. I was starting. I might have started like 6 or 7 games. I was sharing time with another freshman. And then there was a sophomore, another running back that was there. And he was kind of a guy that I can lean on. His name was Travis Sarver. He's from Slippery Rock, actually. And I really didn't know much, man. I haven't played running back since freaking high school, maybe my freshman year. So I'm like, I know how to run. I know how to juke. I know the holes. Like, I know plays and concepts, but like how a college is and how they prepare, it was different.
Yeah.
Definitely different. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is kind of crazy. And I remember my first run in camp. I ran against a guy. His name was Corey Lasik. He was an all conference, all PSAC DN. And he hit me so freaking hard, literally. And I got up and I'm looking at him, and I looked at all my linemen, and they were huge. The one left tackle, his name is Mike Butterworth. He went to the Falcons. And I looked at all of them. I was like, hey, man, y'all do not let that guy in no more. And I told my head coach at the time, I'm like, I'm juking everybody. I'm not running nobody over. I'm probably 190 pounds. These dudes is 215, 220. I was like, I'm a scat back. I'm going to just juke them like Barry Sanders. That's what I told him. And I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. And I told my mom the same thing. I'm a freshman at the time. I'm not getting ran over. I'm not doing none of that. Nope. I'm going to juke them to try to score as many points as I can. You know what I mean?
You got to know your strengths, man. I'm telling you,
crazy, man. But that's just that's how it happened, man. And then, and the rest was history, man. I led the team in rushing average. I gotta look up my stats, but I forget. But it's just a blur now, man. But I remember those key moments. Yeah, those key moments, man. Like, first day at camp, getting hit. We had to go through bag drills, man, and they wanted me to run my 40. Man, we had freshman initiation. It was crazy.
Now, see, I get it. Like I said, I played a little bit of high school ball, but I was mainly a swimmer. I swam through high school, earned a scholarship at Bethany College to swim there. If it wasn't for an unfortunate injury, my senior year of high school in playing football, didn't even realize it. We put the pads on the first day. I hit a sled and, felt a burning sensation down my arm and into my pinky. And at the time, I was like, oh, it's a stinger. First time putting pads on, first time hitting, you get those. Didn't realize I separated my shoulder, and I played the whole season on it.
Dang.
Yeah, cost me my senior year of swimming. Once I realized that it was injured, and it wasn't until I got to swim practice after the season and couldn't do my stroke because they had me at freestyle and butterfly. I mean, I'm 6'5". I was 155 pounds because I was a swimmer too as well. So the long, lanky butterfly stroke, kind of like a Michael Phelps type thing. So that's what they wanted me for, and I couldn't do it.
You probably had records, man. With that frame.
Oh,
probably
dude.
Touching the wall and coming back was easy.
At high school, I missed the school's 100 butterfly record by like 0.01 seconds. It was just a matter of I didn't stretch at the right time to touch the wall like I knew I could have. Otherwise, I would have been holding a record there. But turn around going to college and, swimming at a D3 school, you think D3 is going to be easier than D1, D2, anything like that. It's not. I'm telling everybody here, like, I was not prepared for the type of practices. And, my coach asked me, he was just like, so butterfly's probably out because we see your medical records and we see you have a bum shoulder. I was like, I can't do the stroke like I used to. So I don't know what we want to do here. He goes, how about backstroke? And I was like, I have never done backstroke a day in my life. I was like, I've been swimming since I was 8 years old. I've never done the backstroke. He goes, he goes, how do you? He goes, I was like, I don't know if I could do it. I'm a sprinter as it is. I don't know if I could do the backstroke. I kind of like you with running back. I haven't trained doing backstroke. It was always butterfly and freestyle. He goes, you might be the best backstroker in the PAC, and you have no idea. And I was just like, well, let's do it, coach. Whatever gets me in the water and gets me swimming more events. I mean, just to get that experience it was great in sophomore year. Turned out, re-injured the shoulder in the middle of a 100 backstroke, and had I not injured the shoulder again, I would have broken the school's backstroke record by a full second. And it was that, you know what I mean? That key moment. The rest of the season is pretty much a blur. Rehabbed it, still was able to go to the conference championships, but the times just weren't there anymore because of the shoulder injury, and ultimately ended the career of swimming. Shoulder injury is kind of a kiss of death for a swimmer, for sure. But moving, kind of like I equate that to moving positions, like you moving from defensive back to running back. Going from doing the butterfly to where I can look ahead at where the wall is, to now I'm looking at the ceiling doing the backstroke. It was a whole different game, and it's a challenge, but you don't know how good you could be at something if you don't try, is what I took from that experience. Coach talked me into to turning me into a backstroker instead of just being a freestyler and only swimming a couple events a meet, and turned out I was really good at it. You know what I mean?
And you know what? After my freshman year playing running back, I went back to DB. We got a new DB coach from West Virginia. He's at Ohio State right now. He's a special teams coordinator, or a special teams quality guy. But he was a head coach at the University of Findlay.
Okay,
Coach Keys, Coach Rob Keys, head coach at Findlay. Man, one of my best DB coaches ever. I went back over to play DB, man, and it was up from there, man. He showed me a lot. So Coach Mahalik, head coach at the time, talked me into playing running back, and it was great. And then I went back over to play DB, and it was even better. And without having that though, like people having that confidence in you, man, that plays a big deal too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they see the hard work you're putting in. And then they'll go like, man, he's kind of agile, or he's kind of this, or he's kind of that. Let's put him here because I know he's going to make plays there, or I know he's going to get the job done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, kind of was like one of those guys, man. And I loved it, man. College football, I like college football better than high school. Some people are different. Some people like high school because it's different. Like you're playing for your high school, you're playing for your town, playing for your team. You know what I mean? But to me, college was like, man. I mean, it to me, it felt differently. It felt like home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people believe in your ability. So it could be different for a lot of other people. They probably had different experiences, but for me, I wouldn't take nothing for granted, man. College, man, set it straight. They set it straight.
Absolutely. I mean, I've only ever experienced high school ball. Wasn't ever going to be good enough to go to college and play there. So, but did have a position switch because in high school you have to play offense and defense in West Virginia. Yet we had to have a position on both. And I started out as a free safety, like I said, 6'5", at like 155 pounds. I wasn't really much. So I played defensive back, and then they realized that hey, we're going to move you from free safety. And at first I was like, why? Where you move me to? Are we going to corner? Like where am I still going to be a defensive back? They go, no, we're going to move you to defensive end. I said, I'm sorry. There is no way I'm going to be able to make it on the defensive line. They go, oh, we're not playing you there the entire time. We're going to make you a speed rusher on third downs when we know it's a passing situation and we need somebody to come off the line quick and put some pressure on the quarterback. That's going to be you. They saw that I had that quick twitch off the line to be able to beat these 350-pound offensive linemen and these guards and tackles and being able to get around them and put pressure on the quarterback in passing situations. And I would have never have guessed that would have been the case for me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
at 155 pounds, and then you put me on the defensive line. That you'd sound crazy, coach. I don't know what you're talking about. So I get that
Tell
for
it six
sure.
five, man. 6'5", man. It might have been worth it, man. You never know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. I mean, I ended the. I don't know how I still remember. I remember so silly things, and my wife just can't believe it. But I remember I finished the season with 5.5 sacks and like 15 tackles for losses,
That's what's
and
up.
and that it's just like I would have never have guessed that would have been the case moving there. But as we're recording this show, we are in the middle of the college football season. You said you're a big college football fan and everything like that. Who are some of the teams that kind of surprising as we look into the rest of the season and getting near the bowl season and the playoffs for the college football playoffs? You got any surprise picks for us?
And you know what? I hate to say this, but what Indiana surprised me the most.
Dude, yeah,
And Signetti, he coached against me at IUP, but he's a PA guy through and through, man. Western PA guy. I mean, he always recruited over here, Western PA. But Indiana, man, they're winning, and it's different, man. He changed the culture.
absolutely.
He changed
That's
the culture up there, man. I'm rooting for them, but at the same time, man, I got guys that coached me. Like I got a Al Washington. He's at Notre Dame. They're going against Pitt this week. I don't know who to root for with Pitt Notre Dame. Then I got Ohio State, which my DB coach coaches for Ohio State, and then you got Indiana, which I know Kurt Signetti. Man, he recruited. We recruited, but he also coached against me at IUP. So I'm like, man, this is crazy.
that's
This is
tough when you got
Indiana might win, man.
dude. Indiana's
Indiana.
tough this year. I did not expect that at all. That was definitely like I keep looking at them. I was like, the hell did they come from? But like you said, that they changed the culture there, and you can see what that does to a program.
Yeah, man, gives them confidence, man. He builds up his players, man, inside and out. Probably good coordinators, right? You can't win without good coordinators. Then you got to have a strength coach, right? Make sure guys are healthy, good, man, strong, man. And then like this NIL, this you getting the top players, man. And I guess that cohesiveness there, man, those guys are gelling, right? Guys that work together, right? You got about 80 guys, man. They might different guys, different teams that they probably were before coming over there, working together, man. It's crazy. In the end, Ohio State's third. They're just Ohio State.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll lose. Me personally, I don't think they're going to lose a game, but Indiana might. They might do it. They might
yeah.
do it.
I'm hoping they do. I'd like to see them, make a big run in the playoffs. I'm not a big Indiana fan, but I like seeing teams like this that once you change the culture and you see them start winning, I want to root for those teams. You know what I mean? That's just
Yeah,
that's
yeah. It's almost like the underdog. They're the
yeah.
underdog right now. I mean,
I love rooting for the underdogs. That's just that's my favorite thing is root for somebody that people are like, there's no way they're going to do it. And then they do it and just shock everybody. That's my favorite stories of all time in sports for sure is rooting for the underdog.
now Pitt and Notre Dame, we have college football, we have, college game day coming to Pittsburgh for the Pitt Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
And Pitt's the underdog because Notre Dame, I mean, they've been up and down, but I think both teams are 6-2, or Notre Dame might be 7-2. I'm not sure, but it's supposed to be a good game. It's at noon. And, my head coach, Matt Morgan, went to Pitt. So if he hears this, he might get mad at me, but I don't know. I'm torn between two thumbs right now. It's kind of crazy. Kind of
Absolutely,
crazy.
especially being around the Pittsburgh area for sure. You kind of have to root for Pitt. I don't. I grew up in West Virginia. I'm a Mountaineer fan through and through, so I can't in good conscience root for Pitt. So
Oh man, yeah, Mountaineers. Oh man, yeah, yeah. You guys beat Pitt this year, so you guys got the one up on them this year.
yeah, well, yeah, that's a win for the season for us. We're
Yeah,
struggling throughout the rest of the season, but you know what? We always have that Pitt win to fall back on. That's always when you beat your rival in the backyard brawl. That's always bragging rights for a year at least. So.
it is. It is, man. You probably gonna be talking about it for a whole year until they meet again.
Absolutely. I absolutely will. Knowing me and my personality, I absolutely will. I got a lot of buddies in that area and that were diehard Pitt fans that
Yes.
we were talking crap via text throughout the game and everything like that. And it was funny once that overtime finally finished and the Mountaineers got the W. The response is kind of slowed down on the Pitt side. So it
Yeah.
was it was a good game, but all in good fun and good spirits and everything like that too as well.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned it a little bit there, and I wanted to touch on this. I kind of wanted this to be one of the last topics that we talked about here. But you played a little bit of professional indoor football after
Yeah.
you finished at Slippery Rock. How was that experience getting to play professional football, and how long did you play for?
So before I jump off, yeah, we'll end this here. But so I had, long story short, I had a pro day at Duquesne University, May 2010. Actually, it might have been in March. I went out to eastern side of PA. I trained out there, and then the NFL thing didn't. It didn't. It fell through. It didn't work out. I signed a 2-day waiver, or whatever, a 2-day workout with a CFL team. Bounced around, and then my first sign was with Reading Express out in Reading, PA. They were IFL at that time. Um, it was a good experience, and it was a wake up call because like a lot of guys had experience of playing arena, and I'm new to arena, so I had to adjust. And it's almost a
Right.
business. It's a business of a sub business. Like it's like if you're not good, you're done. Like
Yeah.
if you can't guard this guy and he's running full speed at you in a motion, you're never going to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Right.
like, I had to work on that in the off season. Like, how am I going to guard this? So like when I was bouncing around from CFL workouts, and I had a multiple of them. Even I was with Edmonton Eskimos for mini camp before I got released from them. But that's where I learned the high motion from. And then once I caught on with it a little bit, it kind of made it easier whenever I went to Reading because I'm like, okay, now I understand it a little bit.
Right.
But the experience of it was great because I used to watch arena growing up. I'm like, well, what the heck? Like, maybe I might be playing in this, but at that time, arena football was they were, Kurt Warner and all those other people that were playing arena at the time. I'm watching and I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Like I'd rather be in a CFL or playing outside. But I'm
Right.
playing arena, and it's crazy. You're playing in a freaking hockey arena. Fans are on top of you. You're close. There's no glass. Like hockey, you have a glass. You don't have nothing. You get hit into the boards. You can fly over the boards. Man, it was nuts, man. I played for three different teams, man. I played for Reading Express. Then I went up to Erie, PA. Erie, Erie Express, or Erie, not Erie Express, but I forget what the name is now. Can't even think. But I was up in Erie. I played up in Erie, and then I signed a contract to play in Cleveland. Played for the Cleveland Gladiators, and I got let go after camp, and then I signed on with the Pittsburgh Power. You probably remember
Yeah.
hearing the Pittsburgh Power.
Yeah.
Yes, I played with them. I was with them for a season, and then that 2013 season, I was done playing football after that. I had a couple workouts here and there with other CFL, and I had a workout with the Colts NFL team. I actually had a workout with the Bills too, But it's just, it wasn't my time, man. I guess God had other plans for me. I'm a true professional Joe. There's
Yeah.
pros and there's Joes. I was a true Joe.
Hey, every team needs that guy, though. You know what I mean? That guy
Yeah,
that's
man.
going to come in and work no matter what to
No
prove
matter what,
himself.
man. Yes.
Um, I love those stories too as well. And good for you. I mean, not a lot of people would take their shot. After the workouts and the pro days didn't go their way,
Yeah.
they would have been, all right. Well, football isn't for me. You found other avenues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's I applaud that 1,000% here.
Thanks,
But
man.
but
Appreciate it.
AJ, we are running down here near the end of the episode. I have one quick segment here we do have to get in here, and that is the Fast 55. It is 5 random questions from the wonderful manager of the podcast, Johnny Fitty Falcone. These are kind of rapid fire for the new listeners out there, but you can elaborate if you need
All right.
to. If you are ready, AJ, we'll get started with the Fast 55.
All right, let's do it.
All right. First question. If you are flipping a coin to choose something, are you picking heads or tails, and why?
Tails never fails, man. That's the motto.
Absolutely. That's an easy one. Toss up for the first one. I feel like he gave you the hair. But question number 2. What's the worst number between 1 and 10?
Ooh, 6. I'll never wear 6 ever.
Never wear 6. All right. Question number 3. Are standing desks overrated or underrated?
They are overrated, but in other news, they're underrated because you can stand up and do and move around. You don't want to sit in one area. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like standing desks. I have one at my job, so
I got you. Okay. Question number 4. What's the better flavor of milkshake, banana or strawberry?
I'm a strawberry guy.
Yeah.
I'm a strawberry guy. Bananas, man, are good in like fruit bowls, but when you go with a milkshake or a shake, gotta go strawberry.
Yeah, absolutely. Out of those two, for sure, strawberry. Last question here. Are log burning fireplaces in a house overrated or underrated?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to talk to Tony about that. That's a good question. I'm gonna go overrated. If you have a big enough house and you can put logs on the fire, like in a cabin house, something like that, then yeah. But in a regular house, I probably wouldn't just
I
go
got you.
buy a heater.
Yeah, I'm a big fireplace guy, though. I mean, I love a good fireplace. You can't go wrong with it. But that was the Fast 55. I feel like he took it easy. Like, he's been taking it easy on people that he knows, like with these questions. Typically, I get weird ones with this segment here.
Now
But
the fire one, like if I'm in a log cabin, like and I'm out, like woods or wooded area and stuff like that, it has its place. But like a normal house, man, I don't know. There's too much smoke. You got to have the fireplace for it. A lot of houses don't have the fireplace for it.
right.
They just have the fake ones, the electric ones.
Yeah, I can't say much. I have an electric fireplace. You know what I mean? Like, I have the
Yeah.
electric one here. So
Yeah.
in my house. So I get it with that. But AJ, like I said, we are running down near the end of the episode. I do give every guest this opportunity at the end of every show. If there's anything you want to get out there, anything you want to promote, anything like that, whether it's for your coaching, anything like that, or even if it's just a good message, I'm going to give you about a minute, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. Just I appreciate you guys having me on, man. This is probably like my second time doing a podcast, but just want to say, man, if you're being a coach, man, stay positive, man. These kids need it nowadays more than ever. A lot of this world is a lot of negativity, but we want to stay positive for our youth, man. That's why I'm a big part of the youth program and wrestling program, man. And my son plays youth football, and I'm always for the youth, man, pushing them forward. So that's about me, man. We got to push that positivity to everybody. So.
Absolutely, man. I love the attitude. I love the energy that you give off and everything like that. It's great to talk to you here, but that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. I want to thank my guest, AJ Saunders, for joining the show here. A lot of fun to get to talk to you here. I really appreciate you coming on. And as always, if you enjoyed the show, be a friend, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell them anyways. They might like it just because you didn't. That's going to do it for me, and I will see y'all next week.
The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by W Energy. Energy drinks made for gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. For gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. Go to the link in the description where you can find the best energy drinks out there. Less caffeine than a cup of coffee. Also, no jitters and no crash afterwards. Use the promo code Mike Bono and get yourself 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by my favorite sponsor of the show, and that is Shankit Golf. Golf apparel made for the everyday golfer. We might not go out and shoot a 6 under par. We're probably going to shoot a 6 over par, but this is going to give us the gear that's going to help us rock it on and off of the course. Go to the link in the bio, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get yourself 10% off there as well.